Hey, welcome everyone. Nice to have everyone here online with us. Can you just make sure that you are on mute? I think Jan is around in the background just to see to any technical difficulties that you might be having. So if you do, just feel free to make a note in the chat box and she'll get back to you. Otherwise, we're going to start in a moment. So for our practice tonight, if you do, just keep a cushion, or if you have a bolster handy, you might need one. Okay, and I think we're going to start. It is 6 o'clock. So welcome to your Kundalini class tonight. It's really good to have everyone here online with us. Let's start by finding your meditation seat, sitting up nice and tall, just stacking your heart above your hips, reaching up tall through the crown of your head. And bring your hands together in front of your heart space. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Press your palms together. Gently allow the eyes to close. And just take a few breaths, welcoming yourself to your mat. And we're going to open up with our tune-in, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, calling in the teacher within us and the long line of teachers before us that brought this wisdom. We'll chant Om Namo 3 times, and then we'll chant the protection mantra, Ad Gure Name, Jagad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Janita will put the words in the chat box for you if you need them. So bringing palms together, start by taking a nice full breath in. Hold the breath at the top. Squeeze root lock. Squeeze your spine with your breath. And exhale it out. And we'll inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze your root lock. Draw the energy up. And exhale it out. And we'll inhale to begin our protection mantra. Deep breath. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Deep inhale. Hold your breath, retain. Squeeze anal genital muscles. Draw the energy past the heart, all the way up to the crown of the head. Hold, hold, and exhale it out. Keeping your eyes closed, just release your hands into your lap. Keep drawing the spine nice and long. So early hours of this morning, we had our new moon, and it also fell in line with the Earth Day that happened yesterday. So I'd just like to read a little bit from Mystic Mama with regards to what that means for us. So with regards to the planets, Taurus brings into focus what we truly value. And so this new moon in Taurus on Earth Day is asking us to realign with our shared values of caring for our mother planet, our bodies, and all of life. As we move through the very real and challenging situations we are facing and sift through various narratives and lenses of perception, may we not lose our inner sight and remember the way that teaches us to live within the unknown, within movement and within change. And there's a lot of grief being unearthed on so many levels. So let's be gentle with ourselves as we allow the necessary healing to unfold. We can bring our awareness to all the ways we can strengthen in us and support our systems, our immunity, our nervous systems, emotional and mental, to feel optimally sustained during these times. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So the Kriya that I have planned for us is to really focus on building up the glandular system, really putting pressure on it so that it starts to secrete and bring more health into our bodies, keep us strong for these times. So we're going to start with our very first practice, which is an aerobic exercise. We're going to do this for 5 minutes, and I'm going to show you how we do it. So we're going to come to stand on our feet. I'm just going to put the timer on. All right. We're going to come to stand on our feet. I'm going to show you the postures, and then I'll explain the mantra that we're going to use. Well, let me explain the mantra now anyway. So the mantra is Har, H-A-R, Har. And I really want you to use your tongue on the roof of your mouth as you chant this Har. So Har also means God. And how we're going to use this tonight is we're using the words God, G-O-D, God as, or G as the generator energy, O as the organizer energy, and D as the destroyer energy. And it's the seed of creative energy within us that we want to activate and focus on those three. So we're going to chant Har throughout this practice. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to reach our arms overhead and clap them 8 times, chanting Har. Har, 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 Har. Then we bring our hands down to the ground and we hit the floor 8 times. Har, 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 Har. We come up again, arms out to the sides, flapping them up and down. Har, 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 Har. Then we do jumping jacks. Har, 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 Har. And then we do warrior, so turning to the side, thumbs pointing up. Har, 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 Har. And then we turn to the other side. Har, 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 Har. And then we do jumping jacks again. Har, 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 Har. And then we do a standing back bend. So feet about hip distance apart, arms up. Har, 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 8 times. And then we do jumping jacks once again. Har, 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 Har. And then side bends, 4 on each side. Har, 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 har. And then 4 on the other. Har, 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 har. So that's the sequence of 1 round. So we're going to continue, and I'll do this with you. We're going to continue this for 5 minutes just to really raise the heart rate. It's a very powerful, uplifting Kriya. So getting into position, remember to use the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth to chant. And as you chant, pull your navel inwards, har, as you chant the har. Navel draws in towards the spine so that you generate that powerful sun energy. And your mouth also needs to be active, all right? So when you chant har, like open your mouth, har, almost like you're smiling so that you really activate all those meridians in the side of your face. Okay, all right, so we are on the clock, 5 minutes, and we'll begin. Har, 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 har. 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 We start again. Har, 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 har. 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 Har, 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 har. Last round. Har, 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 har. 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 Har, 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 and relax. Just stay standing. Close your eyes. Just feel the energy moving through you. That powerful sun energy. And then from here, you can come to sit down on your mat, and we're going to come into baby pose, also known as child's pose. You're going to bring your knees together and rest your forehead down on the ground with your arms reaching back towards your feet. And just take a moment to rest. Just catch your breath. So my Kundalini yoga teacher recommends that you try this aerobic heart exercise for 62 minutes. Very powerful. It opens up all the glands and lets the energy flow. It's like a total reset for your body, allowing nutrients and enzymes to be moved throughout your body to all the parts that need it, eliminating all the waste. A super powerful exercise. So just let your heart rate slow down. Okay, and we're going to move into the next Kriya. So staying in your baby pose, you're going to lift your head up. All right, so I'm going to do it showing you from this way. So all you're doing is lifting your head up so your forehead's not on the ground. And we're going to do breath of fire. All right. If you are new to breath of fire and you've never done it before, you can stick your tongue out and pant. It's the same thing. All right. Breath of fire, we do it with the mouth closed, and your focus is on the exhale, pumping it through the nose. Really pumping the belly, pumping the navel in. So you're going to be in your baby pose. Your arms are going to be resting on the sides, but you're lifting your head, and we're going to be doing breath of fire for 2.5 minutes. Okay, so it's a really powerful cleansing breath. If you are on your moon cycle, especially if you're in the early days, rather just do long, deep breathing. Otherwise, just slow the breath of fire down. You don't need to make it as powerful or as potent. If you're pregnant, again, rather long, deep breathing. Okay, so we are going to be on the clock for 2.5 minutes and begin. So it really creates pressure on the glandular system. So find a pace that you can work with. It's a powerful cleansing breath. Again, if you are new to breath of fire, just try the panting with your mouth open and your tongue out, just to get to that feeling, that sensation of breath of fire. And once you start to become familiar with that, you can close your mouth and try to pump it through the nose, pumping your navel in. We got about a minute to go. Keep your head up. Last 20 seconds. Deep inhale. Keep your head lifted. Hold the breath. Squeeze root lock. Hold. And exhale, release. Drop your head down to the mat. Just rest for a moment. Just taking little pockets of rest in between your exercises tonight to integrate, to let it soak in. All right, and then gently roll the spine up and we'll set up for our next posture. So the next one is either sitting on your heels, all right, or you can move your feet to the side and come to sit between your feet, if this is at all possible. Again, you can use any props that you need to support you. If you need a cushion, you can place the cushion underneath your seat. And we're going to come to lie all the way back as much as you can. So prop yourself up as much as you need to get to the point where you can get to in this pose, the best version of the pose for you. All right, so I've got kind of an inverted lower back, so I need a bit of support under my back. Otherwise, I'm going to stretch all the way down. And again, we're going to be doing breath of fire for 2.5 minutes. All right, so pumping the navel, so getting yourself into position. Just use any props you need to support you. And begin. Breath of fire or long, deep breathing if you are on your moon cycle. Continuing at your own pace, opening up into your heart, activating that powerful breath. We're not here for long, so do your best in this posture. Keep it going. Keep pumping that breath. Last 25 seconds. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze root lock. Squeeze your spine. Hold. And exhale. Good. Just relax. So gently just come out of your posture. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Just stretch them out a bit. Let the blood rush through the knees again. Okay, and I'm going to show you the next pose in the meantime. So the next pose is your chair pose. So not chair as we know it, but taking it a little lower down. You're going to bring your arms behind your legs, all right? And you're going to bring your hands behind your heels. And you're going to lower your seat so that your spine is parallel to the ground. But you're going to lift your head up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do breath of fire with the tongue out and the mouth open. So it's going to look like this. All right, so make sure that the seat doesn't drop because that's going to be easy to do. All right, spine is nice and long, parallel to the ground. The head is lifting, so the head's not dropped. You really want to stretch the neck and you want to stick your tongue out as far as you can so you can actually activate all those glands in there. And we're going to be doing this for 2.5 minutes. All right, so getting into your chair, arms behind your legs as best as you can, hands behind your feet, and begin. So take this in stages, all right? If you need to take a break, do that and then join us again. So this is activating a lot of glands. So take your time. It's a very powerful exercise. Keep your back flat. Keep lifting your head. Lift your chin. Stretch from your heart right through the neck towards the chin. Tongue out as far as you can. Breath of fire, pumping the navel. Keep it going. Keep it going. Last 20 seconds. Keep stretching through the heart. All right, take a nice deep inhale in your position. Hold the breath. Squeeze Muladhara, take it up. And exhale. Good, and relax. So just bringing yourself back into your child's pose, your baby pose, knees together. Big toes touch. Let your head rest down on the ground. Just take a moment. Just integrate here for a moment. So we're going to repeat that little sequence, but only for 90 seconds for each exercise. Okay. So staying in your child's pose, you're going to lift your head up. Option to stick your tongue out and pant if you don't know how to do breath of fire, or breath of fire, 90 seconds starting now. Stretch your neck, stretch your heart forward, head is lifting. Keep it going. Eyes are closed, focus on the breath. So notice where you feel the pressure. And remembering every time we put that pressure on the body, we are activating the glands, the glandular system to work. Last 10 seconds. Take a nice deep inhale. Hold your breath. And exhale, relax. Okay, so gently roll the spine up. And we're going to come into your hero pose as we know it, so either bringing your feet on either side of your hips or sitting on your heels. Place a support behind you if you need it. Prop yourself up. We're going to come to lie all the way down. 90 seconds, breath of fire. And begin. Stretching into the collarbones, opening up into the heart space. Powerful breath. Last 30 seconds. Take a nice deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze. Hold. And exhale it out. Good. And just stretch your legs out. Gently bring yourself back up. Shake it out. All right, and we're going to come into the next one, which is your chair pose. Once again, 90 seconds. So feet about hip distance apart, if not a little wider. Hands or arms behind your knees, hands behind your heels. Head lifts up. Mouth is open. Breath of fire. Let's begin. Make sure your seat doesn't drop. Keep that spine parallel. So use your legs. Use your leg strength to keep your hips up. Keep stretching from your center of your chest all the way to your chin. Activate all those glands in the neck. Last 30 seconds. Almost there. Good. Take a deep inhale. Hold the posture. Squeeze root up. And exhale, release. All right. So just come into a seated position, easy pose. And we're going to do a relaxation meditation in easy pose. So staying in cross-legged or whatever's comfortable for you. Feel free to sit on a cushion if you need to raise your hips. And you're going to bring your arms out in front of you, placing your right forearm on top of your left. So your elbows are in front of your shoulders, in line with your shoulders. All right, so this is your arm position. Your breath, how that works, is you're going to inhale very slowly for about a count of 12 seconds, if you can. And during those 12 seconds, as you inhale, you're going to be mentally repeating the mantra Hari, H-A-R-I, Hari, as quickly as you can. Hari, 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 Hari. So the aim is to actually try and reach 84 repetitions, but I think that's impossible. All right, but you want to do it as quickly as you can, just mentally, silently repeating that mantra on the inhale as you breathe in for about 12 seconds. And then you're going to exhale for the same count, about 12 seconds, and you're going to chant Har, H-A-R, Har, as quickly as you can, again, silently, mentally. Har, 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 as fast as you can, trying to reach 84. So again, it's about 12 to 15 seconds on the inhale and the exhale, really, really slowing the breath down and mentally chanting Hari on the inhale and Har on the exhale as fast as you can. All right. So Hari is that powerful internal energy that we have within us. And as we chant it, we invite it to move through the body, bringing light to all those dark areas that we have within us, all those dark spaces. So we're going to be on the clock for 5 minutes. So getting into position. And with this arm position, we are putting pressure again on the glandular system. So find the best expression of this pose for your body tonight. Eyes are closed and begin. So chanting Hari on the inhale and Har on the exhale. As fast as you can. Keep your spine nice and tall. And see if you can find a softness, a gentleness in your posture while remaining upright. And chant with compassion. Compassion for yourself, for the earth, for everyone else. We're all in the same situation. So stay focused. Use the mantra and the breath to remain present and to control your mind. Mentally vibrating as fast as you can. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Hold your posture. Hold. Squeeze root lock. Let the energy travel up, all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhale. Relax your posture. All right, so come into your child's pose, your baby pose, just for a brief rest. So knees together, or if you need space for your body, feel free to take your knees out a little wider and bring your forehead down to the ground. Arms rest alongside your body, hands towards your feet. And just stay with your breath here. Feel for moving it from the root chakra all the way along the spine, right to the top of the crown of the head. And back again. Just allow the integration of all that you've done so far to soak it into your cell tissues. Find your stillness. Okay, you're going to gently roll the spine up. And you can stay in rock pose, sitting on your heels. If this is too much for your knees, then feel free to come into just an easy pose, comfortable seated position. And we're going to do spinal flex for a bit. So hands on your knees, and you're going to move your shoulders forward and back as you open your heart. So inhaling, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, round the shoulders forward as you move you open into the back gate of your heart. So inhale, exhale. I want you to try and keep your chin parallel to the ground so your head's not moving. It stays as it is. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, back rounds. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. All right, so we're on the clock. Eyes are closed. Focus is at the third eye, center of the forehead. So your body should be quite warm. So find a pace that works for you. Breathing in and out through the nose. Okay, last 30 seconds. See if you can up the pace a little bit. Go, take a deep inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze anal genital muscles. Rise the energy. And exhale. All right. Okay, so we're going to come into our next posture. So coming into a box shape or tabletop position, knees and hands on the floor. You're going to bring your chin down to the floor, all right? So not your forehead, your chin. So this is quite a quite a challenging balance posture, all right? So chin is down on the floor, and you're going to extend your left leg back, flexing into the left foot. Your hands are going to reach back towards your right foot or your right leg. So this is your posture. And we're going to hold that posture, breathing long and deep for 2 minutes. So left leg is extended. Make sure your left foot is flexed. And we are on the clock. Chin is down on the ground, not the forehead. So you're stretching the neck. Try and maybe keep your forearms down on the mat. It helps with balance. Holding on to your right leg, your calf, your shin, whatever you can reach. Long, deep breathing. Stay with your breath. So just do the best that you can in this posture. Again, putting pressure on the glandular system. Last 25 seconds. Okay, take a deep breath and hold your posture. Really extend through that back leg and exhale, release. Okay, so just take a moment's rest in child's pose before we take it over to the other side. My teacher always says we don't look for perfect postures in Kundalini, but rather moving energy. That's what we look to do. So the aim of all these exercises is to raise your Kundalini, your vitality. All right, let's take it to the other side. So coming back up onto your knees, chin comes down to the ground. Your right leg extends back behind you, flexing into the right foot, and your hands to your left leg. Long, deep breathing. We're on the clock for 2 minutes. Keep it going. Stretching through the neck. Long, deep breaths through the nose. Stay focused. Last 20 seconds. Take a deep inhale. Stretch through the back leg. Find the best expression of this pose in your body. Hold. And exhale, release. Well done, guys. All right, so just come to lie down on your back for a moment. Coming all the way down onto your back, bringing your knees in towards your chest. You're going to interlace your fingers and just bring your hands around your shins, so you're hugging your knees in. Let's take a moment to integrate, to let it all soak in, to let the shifts happen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep the hands interlaced around the shins. And you're going to lift your head, drawing your nose in between your knees. Eyes are closed, long, deep breathing, just for 1 minute. So keep that head lifted. And we're on the clock. Just feeling the pressure in the skull, back of the neck. Activating the glandular system to secrete and create more health, more space, more flexibility. Helping us to cope better. And slowly release. So just stretch your legs out. We're going to take a very brief relaxation for a minute or so, just to give yourself an opportunity to let the changes happen in your body. So let your arms rest out to the sides, palms facing up, ready to receive. Just for a minute, close your eyes. Okay, gently bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And we're going to start to roll the length of your spine a few times. And bring yourself up to seated, facing the front. Okay, we're going to come into our next posture. You're going to extend your legs out to the sides, so taking them as wide as is comfortable for you. If you need to prop your seat up on a cushion, feel free to do that, or a blanket, you can do that. Your arms are going to be out to the sides, your left palm facing up, right palm down. So left palm up, right palm down, in a receiving and giving posture. And we're going to lean forward about 30 degrees. So you've got about 60 degrees from your chest down to your mat, as best as you can, lengthening through the spine. That is your posture, what we're going to hold. And your breath, how it's going to work is we're going to breathe 4 equal parts through the nose, filling up the lungs. And as we breathe those 4 parts, we're going to mentally chant sa, ta, na, ma on the inhale. And then we're going to exhale in 1 part. We're going to exhale in 4 parts as well. All right? Sa, ta, na, ma through the nose. So inhaling, sa, ta, na, ma, silently, 4 parts through the nose. And then exhaling 4 parts through the nose, sa, ta, na, ma. All right. And we'll be on the clock for 4 minutes. So bringing yourself into position. So obviously, the easier it is, bring your legs closer. Okay, if you can't reach them out too far, if you want to challenge yourself, take them out wider. So you really want to feel that stretch in the groin. Okay, left palm up, right palm down, leaning forward, and we're on the clock. Eyes are closed. Don't drop your head. Heart is open. Inhaling 4 parts. So be gentle with your body. If you need to do this in parts, then do so. But stay focused. Stay focused on this energy of receiving and giving that is cycling through your body. Keep it going. We're halfway. Opening yourself up to receive and to give over this new moon. New beginnings. Try not to drop your head. Keep lifting your chest. Opening up into your heart space. Last 40 seconds. Take a nice deep inhale. Hold your posture, hold your breath. And exhale, relax. All right, we're going to come into our last posture. So this is a kind of a boat pose variation. We're going to be sitting on our seat. You're going to extend your legs up. So finding a V shape, but what you want to do is interlace your fingers and bring your hands behind your knees as best as you can. You can straighten into your arms, and you want to kind of keep your spine upright. Okay. You're going to lift your heart and your chest, and we're going to breathe long and deep for 2 minutes. Okay, we are on the clock. So engage your core to keep your balance. Stay focused on your breath. Nice long spine. Just under a minute to go. Almost there. Inhale, hold your posture. Squeeze root lock. Draw navel in and up. And exhale, release. Release your feet and roll all the way down onto your back for relaxation. Make sure you're nice and warm, you're comfortable. Extend your legs. And just come to a place of complete stillness. Slowly starting to bring yourself back. Deepening into your breath. Bringing some movement back to your fingers, to your toes. And then when you're ready, gently draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Start to rub the palms of your hands together, soles of your feet together. Begin to waken up the body. Nice. And then gently roll over onto your left-hand side, using your arm as a support for your head. Just take a moment here. And I'd like to share a reading by Pixie Lighthorse, who I'm really enjoying lately. And this is one of her poems. Remind me that I pulse with the electricity of life even when dormant. Let the still state be a healing place, if only temporary. Help me trust that I will know when and how to move. Help me reassure my mind with ample space to be in this chrysalis, becoming soundless in order to hear the sparks of the fire that can warm me into the form of my higher spirit. When I feel emotionally flattened, infuse me with the fragrant beauty sniffed on a forest floor. When I feel dull and listless, let me move tectonically to care for myself without the urge to do more. When I feel fastened to my nest or ashamed about loitering, blanket me with honesty about how patient a process this is. Let the cemented weights on me bring deeper commitment to the art of slowing down. Keep me connected, knowing that tranquility grows inside of me and is a good enough place for now. When you're ready, gently bring yourself to seated, facing the front. Okay, so we're going to do a brief meditation before we close up. We're going to stay in easy pose, and you're going to place your left hand on your belly, so just kind of below your belly button, and your right hand on your heart. Your fingers are pointing to the left of your right hand, and the left hand fingers are pointing to the right. So you're almost cradling your solar plexus, okay? And this is the hand position, which you're going to keep. Your breath, how that is going to work is you're going to inhale Sitali. For those that don't know what Sitali is, it's going to be inhaling through a curled tongue. So you're going to stick your tongue out, and you breathe in through a curled tongue all the way to the top, and then you exhale in a whistle. All right, so inhaling through a curled tongue. We're going to be on the clock for 3 minutes. This is a beautiful pranayama that gives you capacity to understand and take in all that is happening. So we'll be on the clock for 3 minutes. Eyes are closed. Focus is at the brow point. And begin in your own time. Continuing in your own time, eyes are closed, find that softness. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Hold your breath. Squeeze root lock. Energy rises past your heart to the crown of the head. Hold and exhale. Releasing your hands to your lap, keeping your eyes closed. Just taking in the effects, the subtle shifts and changes of your practice. And we are going to close off with the long time sun song. Feel free to sing along. And keeping your hands in your lap, eyes are closed.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way
Let's bring our hands together in front of our hearts. Take a nice deep inhale breath. Hold. Squeeze root lock. Squeeze your spine with your breath. And exhale. And we'll close off with one long sat and a short nam. Inhaling to begin. Sa. Nam. Sat Nam, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Till we meet on the mat again.